Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel 3-. This video is tutorial part 3 of Steam Inhaler Vaporizer 3D modeling inside Fusion 360. And in this video we are going to model heater plate and heater plate holder in Autodesk Fusion 360. We are going to use some reference measurements from top cover components. Also, if you have not watched the part 1 and part 2 video of this playlist, I will strongly recommend you to go and check it out. You will be able to find the video links in the description below. Also, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. So without wasting much time, let's dive into Fusion 360 and start modeling the heater plate and heater plate holder components. So now we are into Fusion 360. So we'll start with creating a new component. So we'll go into the create panel, we'll click on the new component, and here you can see I will just give it a name. I will write heater holder over here and I will press OK. So here you can see the new component has been created. Now I will turn off the jar component from here. So here you can see I can see the top cover component and I will go to front view, and now I will go into the create a sketch tool and I will select this plane as a sketch plane. Here you can see, and now I will turn on the slice tool from here, so I will see a sliced view of our top cover, and I'm going to use this as a reference body for sketching. I will start sketching using the line tools. So I'm going to skip this portion a little bit because I'm going to do a fast sketch over here. I don't want to waste your time. If you want to learn more about sketching, refer to our other videos where I had explained everything about sketching.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that.
So here you can see we had just finished the sketching, and I will click on the finish sketch to accept my sketch, and I had used few of the projected sketch from the top cover. So now I had activated the revolve tool. I had selected the profile and pressed OK. So this is the revolve shape I am getting. So I will just turn off the top cover to show you better. Here you can see I will activate the cell tool. I will apply a cell thickness of 1 mm on this face. So here you can see. So after applying cell, here you can see this is the results we got, and this is what we had made so far. So now what I will do, I will just turn on the top cover. So I will go into the design tree, I will turn on the top cover. Here you can see, so it is just looking like a wireframe model. Here you can see that. So now I'm going to move on to our next step. So I will select this face and I will start creating a sketch on this. Here you can see I will click on the create a sketch tool, and then I will just turn off the heater holder because I'm going to project few sketches from the top cover. So I will go on to create panel, then project tool, and I will select the entities that I want to project. So these are all circles that I want to project onto my current sketch plane. So I will just select all the circles and will press OK, and it is giving me an error because it was not turned on. So I just turned on the heater holder, and here you can see these are the projected circles. Now I will create a few more circles following the same origin. So this time I just want to keep this circle as 3 mm, and here you can see I'm creating more circles. So I'm not defining the dimensions right now because we can do it later also. So first I'm just creating the circles. Here you can see I had created all the circles. Now what I will do, I will just turn on convert these projected sketches to construction line. Now I will define this dimension of the circles. So this one is 3 mm, and the outside one is, I think it will work as a 7 mm. No, sorry, 5.4 millimeter. Here you can see. So this is what we got so far, and what I will do, I will just select these circles and will apply the equal constraint. So these two circles also becomes equal to the bottom circles. So I will just select the circles and will apply the equal constraint. Again we'll select the outer circles and will apply the equal constraint. And here you can see now I can click on finish a sketch. Okay, so I think we had missed something. So I just go back to our sketch again by double clicking. Here you can see, and I will create one more circle, a big circle like this on both the points. Here you can see I will create one more circles over here also, and now I will select both the circles and will apply the equal constraint. Here you can see now I will define the diameter of this circle. So this one I just want to keep 7.8 millimeters. So here you can see, and we'll press finish a sketch now because we are done with this. So I will just click on the finish a sketch, and here you can see we had created our sketch. Now we'll activate my extrude tool. We'll select this profile, and this profile. I will select all the profiles and we'll do the same on the other side as well. And now I'm going to extrude it towards the opposite direction. So for that I will just provide the dimension here. So instead of cut, I will make sure that it is operation is join and will minus 4 mm and will press OK. So you can see the shape has been joined with the current body, and it's just to I will turn back our sketch on again, and I will activate my extrude tool, and will now I'm select these internal circles and will make it cut like this. So here you can see what kind of shape we got. Before that I will just extrude these portions on the other side, so it will give it a little bit of strength. So here you can see I just created a recess for the screws, so whenever you are putting in a screw over here, so it will not be visible on the surface, so that's why I created a recess over here. And here is our result. If I turn off the sketch, you can see how it is looking right now. So I had created this. So you can see there is a small problem here. So what I will do, I will just make sure that I had extruded all the profiles. Here it is. So here you can see this is what we had created on the face of this heater holder, and this is for the screws where the heater plates we're going to fix over that. So that's why I had created this. Now again I will select this face and click on the create a sketch, and I'm going to create a few more profiles over here. So for that I'm going to use the rectangle tool. So I will just activate my rectangle tool from here, 2-point rectangle tool, and I will create a rectangle like this. Here you can see I'm just trying to create a rectangle from here to here like this, and on the other side I will do the same rectangle, and I will make sure that both the rectangles are identical. So we'll apply the equal constraint on all the sides. Here you can see I will just select the sides and will apply the equal constraint to make them identical, and I will make sure that they are positioned correctly, and I will also make sure that these two are on the same horizontal position. And now I will define the distance of this rectangle from the center of circle. So this one I just want to keep 6 millimeters. So this we can modify it later also if it is not good. So for now just we are keeping it 6 millimeter, and the width of this rectangle we are going to keep 3 millimeter. So since both the rectangles are equal, so it's automatically getting adjusted. Now I will change this to 7 millimeter because 6 millimeter was little closer. Now I will define the total length of this rectangle is 20 millimeter. Now I will apply fillet on all these 4 corners of 1 millimeter. So you can see I'm just selecting the corners and applying the fillets of 1 millimeter. And because of applying fillet, this line just got distorted. So I will apply the equal constraint again on both the sides, just by selecting the line and applying the constraint. Here you can see I will make sure that these 2 points are on same horizontal position. So I had applied that constraint. Now I can able to move this complete horizontal rectangle towards bottom or towards upward. So we have to make sure that the top of the profiles are also on the same collinear position. So we'll apply the dimension from the center to the top. Here you can see I will just apply 6 millimeter, and now it got completely constrained. So now I will go on to the project tool. We'll activate this project tool and will project the outer circle of this body, and then I will select these 2 profiles and will give it a extrude distance of 0.5 millimeter or 1 millimeter and will press OK. So here you can see this kind of shape we had created. Now I will go on to create a sketch tool and will select this face as a sketch plane, and now I will create a circle like this. Here you can see, and I will define the diameter of this circle. So this one I just want to keep 50, and sorry, I think 60 will be good. And then I will select the circle. Also I will create one more circle. Before that I will just convert that to construction line. Then I will create one more circle on somewhere here, and I will make sure that origin of the circle and the main circle are on the same vertical position. After that I will define the diameter of this circle. So this one I just want to keep 2 millimeter, and I will offset this circle by a distance of 4 millimeter. I think 4 is bigger, so I will just make it 2. Here you can see. And now what I will do, I will just select both the circles. Before that I will just click on the finish a sketch. Here you can see, and now I will activate my extrude tool, will select both the profiles and will extrude it towards opposite direction. And here I will provide the distance first. So this is just 10 millimeter, and I will also give it a taper angle over here towards inside, so it will be less in diameter on the extreme side, and I will change that to join. Here you can see. Now I will apply fillet on this edge of 1 millimeter and will press OK. Here you can see that. So this is what we had created. Now again I will turn on our sketch and will activate the extrude tool, and this time I'm going to create a hole like this. Since the total length was 10 millimeters, so I will just create a hole up to -6 millimeter and will press OK. So guys, here is a small problem here, so I think I had to edit my sketch again. So I will just go on to sketch and will double click to edit the sketch. Here I will add one more circle by offsetting this circle by 1 millimeter. Here you can see, and I will click on the finish sketch. And now again I will turn on my sketch. So here you can see this is the profile. I will select this profile now by activating the extrude tool and will give it a -0.4 millimeter of distance. So here you can see I'm always giving recess for the screws. Here you can see. And now I will go back to our profiles. I will select all these 5 features and will go on to create panel, then activate the mirror tool, then we'll select the mirror plane, and this is my mirror plane. So all the 4 features are getting mirrored on the other side also. So here you can see this is the results we had created on both the sides. Now we'll go on to the top view and we'll go back to edit our sketch again that we had created for this circle. Now we'll activate our rectangle tool, and here we are going to add a rectangle type as center rectangle, and we'll create 2 rectangles like this. Here you can see that just here we have created 2 rectangles, and now we'll apply the constraints, equal constraints on both the rectangles, and we'll make sure that all of them, the 3 centers are on the same horizontal position, so that we had applied the constraint. And now I will define the measurements of this rectangle. So this is, I think, 3 millimeter wide, and not 3 is very less. I think we had to keep it 4, and we'll also make sure that they are 5 millimeter apart from each other. So I will just given the distance of 5 millimeter, and now what I will do, I will try to drag it little bit towards the left, and then I will define the distance from the center, main center. So this is, I think, not 35. I had to keep it, maybe 34 will work, or maybe 33 will be fine. Here you can see. Now I will define the total length of this rectangle. So this one I just want to keep 6 millimeter, or maybe here you can see. So so this is what we had created so far. So I think we can finish the sketch, and now I will turn on the sketch again. So here you can see we got the profiles. We'll activate the extrude tool and we'll make a cut like this. Here you can see. So this is what we had created so far. Now we'll select this top face and we'll click on the create a sketch, and here we are also going to create hole. So I will just create a circle like this. Here you can see, and I'm just going to define the diameter of this circle. So the diameter of this circle is 20 millimeter. Here you can see that, and I am going to create one more circle over here like this, and we'll define the diameter of this circle also. So this is 3 millimeter, and we'll make sure that the centers are on the same vertical position. And here you can see I will change this circle to construction line, and then I will select the circle, we'll go on to create, and we'll activate the circular pattern. Then we'll select the center and we'll give the number of times I want to pattern it. So here I want to keep it 6 number of times, and we'll press OK. Here you can see I will change the diameter also, and we'll click on the finish sketch. So this is what we got. Then we'll activate the extrude tool. We'll select all the profiles, 6 profiles. Here you can see all the 6 circles, and we'll extrude it towards the other side, so it will make a cut on the body. So here you can see we got holes over here. Now I will activate the sketch tool, and I'm going to select this face as a sketch face. Here you can see, and now what I will do, I will start creating this sketch. So I'm just going to create a wedge shape over here. So for that I'm just going to create a simple rectangle like this. Here you can see, and now what I will do, I will define the dimension of this rectangle with respect to origin. So this is just 18 millimeters. Then we'll define this side, the outer side. This is just, I'm keeping 15 millimeter. So this is what we had created, or maybe we have to increase it, maybe 18 millimeters. So here you can see this is the shape we are getting. And now I will define the width of this rectangle 10 millimeter, and height of this rectangle I just want to keep 15 millimeters. So here you can see this is the shape we got, and if I see it from the inside, it is intersecting the body. I will click on the finish sketch, and here you can see this is the profile we got. We'll activate the extrude tool, we'll select the profile, and now we're going to extrude this on both the sides. So we're going to offset this this thing by 5 millimeters. So we just don't want to start it from the exact plane. I just want to offset this, so I had offsetted it by 5 millimeter, and the extrude distance I'm giving to 2 millimeter. Here you can see I'm just adjusting the offset little bit, maybe 4.5, little closer to the plane. And instead of join, I will make sure that instead of cut, I will make sure that it is join, and will press OK to accept. Here you can see. So I will just mirror this particular body first, whatever the rectangles we had converted to 3D shape. So we'll select that particular piece of feature, and we'll select the mirror plane, and here you can see I will select this plane as a mirror plane, and will press OK. So we had mirrored this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that feature again, both the features, by activating mirror tool, and we'll mirror it on the other side as well. So we'll select both the features, then we'll select the mirror plane. This time I'm mirroring it on the other two sides. Here you can see we got 4 wedge shapes things. So it is this thing is just to separate the coils. So I will just select all these things. So here is a trick I'm going to show you. I will just use my mouse and will select these profiles, and will press delete on my keyboard. So here you can see I'm just selecting these features. So here it is not working in this shape because I'm not able to select this particular feature. So for that, what I'm going to do is I will just zoom in a little bit. I will select the faces one by one by pressing shift on my keyboard, and I will just press delete on my keyboard. Then here you can see I just selected all the faces. Just be careful that you are selecting all the faces, and press delete on your keyboard. So here you can see this is the final shape we got. Now I will go into the modify panel, will activate the chamfer tool, and will apply chamfer on all these 4 corners. So we'll just apply a 2 distance chamfer with a distance of 8 millimeter one side and 5 millimeter on the other side. So it is just quick since we had already did this earlier. So we had just provided that. I think I had to change the 8 must be on the 5 millimeter place, and 5 must be on the 8 millimeter place. So I will just going to change both of them, and will press OK. So here you can see this is the shape we got after applying chamfer. So this is just to separate the blades so that they will not be able to touch with each other, otherwise explosion will happen because of high voltage or electricity. So here you can see we had just finished I think we had just finished this shape of this heater holder. So we'll go to appearance tab, and we are going to apply some appearance on this particular component. So I will just search for some good appearance plastic, and here you can see I got all the plastics, and I will apply this yellow plastic appearance, and now it is looking very nice. If I turn on the top cover and all the components, I will able to see it. If I turn on all the components, here you can see we forgot to add one feature on the heater holder. So we'll turn off the top cover and the jar, and here you can see only the heater holder is active. So we'll select the face of this heater holder and click on the create a sketch, and here we forget to add one feature. So we'll go into the create panel over here, and then we'll go into rectangle. I will activate the center rectangle tool, and we'll create a rectangle like this. Here you can see now I will define the size of this rectangle. So this one is 2 millimeters, and this one I just want to keep 13 millimeters. I think will work. So we'll just change that to 13 millimeters because 13 is the best distance. Here you can see now we'll click on the finish sketch, then we'll activate the extrude tool. Here you can see, and now we'll select the profile, and we'll give it a distance of 5 millimeter maybe. It's something wrong, so I will just edit the feature again by double clicking on that particular feature. Just double click on that particular feature to edit, and we'll correct it as maybe 7 millimeter, and here you can see the results. So it is also it will help plates to get separated by touching with each other. So I just created a boundary like kind of thing, and here we'll change that to the height a little bit higher. I think 10 will work. So here you can see. And now what I can do, I can just click on the save since we had just finished the heater holder component. Now we'll activate the top level steam inhaler vaporizer over here, and here you can see we had finished all these 3 components, and we'll click on the save. Now we'll go on to the create panel again. Here you can see I will click on the new component, and now we are going to create a heater plate. So I will just give it a name, heater plate, and we'll press OK to activate and start the component. So you can see I'm just writing heater plate and I had activated that. Here you can see. Now I will just turn off the other two components, or maybe the jar components also. I will just keep turned on this heater holder, because here we are going to use some reference measurements. Now I will select this face as a sketch plane and we'll click on the create sketch, the sketch to create for the heater plates. And now I am going to use some features from this heater holder component. So for this I'm going to use the project tool. So I will just first just go to create panel over here, then we'll activate the rectangle tool, and first I will create a rectangle like this. Here you can see I'm just creating a rectangle like this, and now I will define the size of this rectangle and also the position of this rectangle with respect to origin. So here you can see this side I just want to keep 12 millimeter, and the total, and from this center to this center I just want to make them on the same position, collinear position, these two centers. And also I just want to define the distance from this center to the heater plate, the side of this rectangle is 5, and I just also want to define the total width of this rectangle as 35 millimeter. Here you can see it's a little higher, so I will just bring it little lower, so maybe 30 will work. And I will also project this circle, so for that I will just activate my project tool and will select this entity that I want to project and will press OK. Here you can see, so this is for the hole to fix the plate on with the heater holder. Here you can see we had created like this. We'll activate the extrude tool, we'll select the profiles and we'll extrude it. I will make sure that I had selected all the profiles. We'll give it a thickness. Now I will extrude it by a particular distance of maybe 0.5 is the thickness, and will press OK. Here you can see. Now what I will do, I will finish this heater holder plate since it's a sheet metal component. So we'll just turn off the other components. We'll select this face and we'll click on the create sketch. Now I'm going to create a rectangle on this face. So here you can see, now I will make sure that the thickness is 0.5 millimeters. So we'll give it a distance over here of 0.5 and we'll click on the finish the sketch. Now I will activate the extrude tool again just by going over here, and we'll select the profile and we'll extrude this up to the bottom. Here you can see it. We will make sure that it's not touching the bottom, so it is just little bit above from the bottom. So it's the total distance is around 60 millimeter. Here you can see. Now our heater plate is also finished on one side, so we can apply fillet on the corners if we want to, maybe a very small amount. So I will apply fillet of 1 millimeter on the outer side, whereas on the inner side, before that I will just turn off the heater holder and then I will apply fillet on the inner side of maybe 1 millimeter I think will work, or maybe 1.5 will work. So I just had to check out, maybe 0.5, I think 0.5 will work, so I will press OK. Here you can see. Now again I will turn off my heater holder, and here you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I will just turn on the heater holder again, and I'm going to mirror this plate on the other side. So there will be two plates on one heater holder. So here you can see I had just turned on the top level assembly, and after that you can see how it is looking. So this is the heater holder plate that is looking something like this. So here you can see I had just turned on the top level assembly and you can see all the components. Now I will select this particular component and will activate the mirror tool and will select the mirror plane and will press OK. So the same component got mirrored on the other side. Just to mirror the particular component, you have to turn on the top level assembly first. Here you can see. Now if I turn on the other components also, you will be able to see that particular component in the highlighted view. Here you can see that. And now I will go into the modify tunnel. We'll go into the appearance tab, and now I'm going to apply some metal appearance on this heater plate. So I will just search for the metal component, maybe steel or something like that, and then we'll drag that particular material onto our component. Here you can see now the appearance has been changed a little bit. So if I turn on the top level assembly, here you can see if I activate the top level assembly, the things will look something like this: heater holder and the two metal plates. So I think if you liked this tutorial so far, because this is little longer tutorial, it is also very detailed tutorial, that's why it taken me a little longer to finish these models. So here you can see this is our final result. And if I turn on the top cover, here you can see it will look something like this, and if I turn on the jar, it will look something like this. So we had just finished this these two components in this tutorial, and there is one last component left, that is the top cover, that is we are going to do in the next tutorial, and it is that is going to be a very small tutorial. So guys, if you like this tutorial, just tell me in the comment, press like on the video, and if you are not subscribed to this channel, just go ahead and subscribe, because to create such kind of contents it takes lots of efforts. So guys, please support with me your like, and I will keep making tutorial like this for you in Fusion 360. Thank you guys, thanks for watching.